Should you sell multiple products, multiple niches, different product types such as digital, handmade, print on demand in your Etsy shop? And my answer has always been, it actually doesn't matter. And I know that is such a polarizing opinion and recommendation of mine, but I cannot tell you how many different types of sellers I've worked with. I've worked with handmade sellers, I've worked with digital sellers, I've worked with print on demand sellers. And although print on demand is my specialty, that is my place, that's where I find my home in experience and my own sales, I have been able to work with so many different sellers. And I currently talk to active 1% Etsy sellers. And let me tell you, they are selling digital, they're selling print on demand, they're selling handmade, all in one shop. They're selling also different niches, completely opposite niches, different product types, over 10 product types in one shop. So also, I decided to test this theory in my own shop. And while I can't give you exact shop examples due to just the copycat culture that is on Etsy, I can only give you my own experience with selling multiple product types, which is it has worked. I have sold home decor, I've sold phone cases, tech accessories, and apparel in entirely different niches on my Etsy shop. I actually made a video on how I sold phone cases and how I grew a phone case business on Etsy as proof in the pudding to that you can have multiple product types, you can have multiple design styles and niches and still have a successful Etsy shop. And success is always defined by ourselves, right? In OA, I know that's like kind of the maybe sappy quote I'll give here, but success is ultimately defined by you. And for me, a successful Etsy and print on demand shop is honestly when you hit that 5-figure mark and you're making 4 figures to 5 figures at least in profit a year. That's really great for a startup business, in my opinion. That's where I've been in the past few years and starting not one, but multiple Etsy businesses. So let me just say that it is possible. Now, today I don't want to just talk about this topic. I want to introduce you all, if you haven't heard of print on demand yet, I wanted to open up the door to that if you are a handmade or digital seller, because I cannot tell you how many handmade and digital sellers I have had who have literally just exploded their sales. Like I don't want to be dramatic, but like literally like they go from digital, they're not seeing sales, they're trying to sell PNGs, maybe SVGs, and some sellers are really successful in that. Some of my print on demand sellers have went to digital, but sometimes it is trying out new areas of opportunity you haven't before, right? And that's what I found with some of my digital sellers who come to me and they say, hey, I'm just going to do print on demand now. And guess what? They're super successful with print on demand because maybe digital just wasn't the place they were meant to be. So if you feel stuck in selling what you're selling currently, maybe you feel like you can't produce and manufacture or create, print all of your items yourself. Even businesses that are scaling, handmade businesses that have scaled in the past, have taken my courses, my programs, and watched my content here on YouTube and have been able to scale their handmade businesses into print on demand businesses, because that's what print on demand does. And the print on demand business model is essentially you only pay for the production, the printing of that product when an order comes through on Etsy. It's a seamless integration. It's what I like to say is semi-passive. There's not really passive, fully passive routes with print on demand that I have personally found in selling on Etsy with print on demand. But this is an amazing business model where you don't have to pay for inventory up front. You don't have to pay for labor. You don't have to pay for a warehouse. You're essentially just paying for that production and the cost and the shipping to print, pack, and ship out that product to your customer. You handle customer service, and that's the beauty of print on demand. So if you haven't already tried that, I have a free course down in the links down below. I actually have the free first module of my big course, my master course on print on demand. It's called the Print on Demand Academy. If you decide that you want to go full in, I have a private community. It's within that program that you can upgrade if you decide that you really want to take this seriously and jump fully in. However, you don't need a course, you don't need a program, just that's a free resource you can access today, instantly, right? To know and learn what you don't know, to try it. The thing that I want to note here as well is I'm just going to say it, and this is kind of just me thinking out loud of a video and talking about this, is my own story and why I truly believe a lot of sellers should try different avenues if they're not seeing success in one avenue. So even if you're a print-on-demand seller and you're not seeing sales, try handmade if that makes sense for you. Maybe you're good at crocheting. You can maybe crochet and sell items. That might be fun. Or maybe you decide to do the digital path. You can do that all in one business. You don't have to start a new legal entity every time, right? And given I'm not a legal professional, maybe that's not my place of advice, but in my experience, I have just sold within the business that I have because it doesn't make sense until you see profit for most businesses, right? And I see this bit of advice given time and time again is you have to have separate stores for separate niches, separate stores for separate product types. And let me tell you why this doesn't work in a way. Given I do see the value, okay, I want to play devil's advocate. There is a value in specializing in one niche and one product type because you get really good at that one thing. However, this is where I find sellers get stuck is they focus on that one niche, they focus on that one product type, they don't see success, they get so discouraged and then they quit out. And instead they could have just tried a new niche, a new product type, and let that one just sit, be indexed on Etsy, see if it sells later on, right? But you can still restart a new process, a new product type, new design style, or a digital product, maybe instead of print on demand, right? You might see success in a different avenue. And that's one thing I want to leave with anyone who watched this video in full. I know this is kind of just me talking about general versus niche product shops, one product shops. I think there is validity in doing that, but I find a lot of new sellers will try at one product and they realize it's not for them. And I'll give you my example of my own journey, if you will, with creating products with print on demand, which is I began selling t-shirts and I made so many t-shirt listings. I made hundreds and I didn't see many sales. I saw one or two coming through the door, started looking and my eyes opened up to there's so many other product types on Etsy. And although the only success stories I saw was in t-shirts, I was thinking to myself, maybe t-shirts aren't for me. And I switched. I went to sweatshirts, and given it's still apparel, but it's in kind of the same area, right? And even that small switch can make the difference between you making sales on Etsy versus you maybe never making sales or maybe never scaling. That product type could be the difference. A different niche could be the difference. That's what I found. I tried. I was like, you know what? What if I played kind of like a new game at this, which is just trying. I don't have to be the master of them. I just need to try them and see if they sell. So just to give my own testimony of this, I went from 0 sales to 250K within a year on my Etsy business. I had $100,000 of gross profit, given that's before Uncle Sam and taxes, I do want to note, but that was my first 6-figure year, guys. In my whole entire life, I worked as a healthcare worker before this. I made a salary of about 50 to I think 60K by the end of my career before I quit and did Etsy full time. Just know that that one product, that one niche, and you don't have to go wild. You don't have to do digital, then print on demand. You could just stick with print on demand and go into different products or adjacent products, right? If you're doing t-shirts, why not tank tops? Why not sweatshirts? Why not hoodies? Maybe going into joggers, maybe leggings. Like there's so much in the world of print on demand and the expansive catalog that you have at your disposal now. So don't stop at one. And I know there's a lot of advice out there, but the advice that I found that just works for me and the people, the sellers who watch this channel is to try new things. New things could be products, new things could be niches. The world is honestly your oyster if you're in print on demand or you're a digital seller and you don't have to stay in the square that you may feel like you're stuck in. You can expand. And I just want this to be a reminder to anyone watching this video, anyone watching my content, don't let one bit of advice or one thing stop you from unlocking that new level of success for your future self. And I think that's what's so important in talking about niches and product types. Yes, I agree with starting with one niche, one product is a really great place to start, focus and hone in your craft. But I do recommend to a lot of sellers, this has always been my strategy, is expanding outside the horizons that you're used to, right? So if you take anything from this video, agree, again, I play devil's advocate. I agree with focusing on one product at a time, but I think there's a magic to scaling out to new products, to new niches, to maybe digital, maybe print on demand. If you're handmade and you're not seeing success with that, maybe going that print on demand route or digital route. I think that could be a big game changer for a lot of you watching if you feel like you're stuck in that box. So this is my last piece of what I have found worked for me is even if, let's say, I'm like, okay, I really think I should have a different shop for this purpose or this product and niche. You don't have to create, from my experience, I didn't have to create a new LLC. I just created a new doing business as in my state, right? So that's basically just, it's kind of, if you think about Pottery Barn, they have sister companies underneath. Williams and Sonoma is one example of that. Pottery Barn is owned by those, and essentially, when you're selling in an Etsy shop, you can do something like that as well and create sister companies. So if you really feel uncomfortable about doing all niches, all products in one, by all means, create a second shop, but don't let scariness of trying something new stop you too. So I just wanted to say that at the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that this inspires some of you who might feel stuck right now and maybe one product, one niche isn't working for you. And this might be the thing that could work for you, is trying something new. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe, like this video for more content like this. I have a free module down below. Please take that if you're looking to start print on demand in your Etsy businesses. And I am wishing you all so many sales in the years to come. I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to check out this video here if you're looking to start with print on demand.